Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Jonathan, and I decided to make a video for everyone out there that's trying to start a clothing line or any other brand. I was inspired to create it after struggling so long with the company that I created, Revive Brand Co. I was 18 years old, and I was learning everything from scratch, similar to what you're doing. But unfortunately, when you start a business, you're not really sure exactly what you need to look up. So I'm here to help you guys with a couple of the terms, and also, most importantly, show you how you can start your clothing line with less than $50. So the first thing that comes to mind when you want to start a brand or you want to start a company is really planning whatever it is you want to do. Plan, a lot of people call it a business plan or whatnot. So develop that. There's something that's free online. It's a really free tool, very cool tool I recommend everybody use. It's called Leanstack. So Leanstack pretty much allows you to do a one-page plan, very simple, gets everything out the way for you, and you hit the streets running pretty much. The next step you're going to need to do is obviously think of a business name. Think about the clothing brand's name. Every idea that comes to mind, write it on a piece of paper. Before we started our business, we had about 150 names, and we decided on Revive Brand Co. and the way that we were going to market that and everything. So that does need to tie in. So after you have your business name, you're going to want to do a trademark. You're going to want to either trademark it or reserve it. Look into that process. That process is a little bit expensive. If you do it yourself, it's a lot cheaper. If you do it with a lawyer, it's more expensive. But at the moment, you do not need that to start up. But always check their website. Links are down below. And check the website. Make sure that you can use it. Last thing you want is to get sued by the company that owns it. The third step, I would say, when pre-planning to start your clothing line is get set up with either a logo or some type of branding or some type of thing that when people see that image, they know that logo is something that you can put on stickers, you can put on flyers, business cards, spray paint it, who cares? So get creative with how you use it, how you market it. So now you have an idea, you have the names, so now you're going to think about the business structure. My highest recommendation to you guys, the way that you're going to save the most money and the least amount of headaches, is to just go with the sole proprietor. If you're if you're like me, you're just starting a business, you might have a few friends with you. If they really want to become a part of the business and you know that they're going to be there, they're like a key component to what it is that you're doing, then you'll set up a partnership. Either way, those are the two easiest forms of getting your idea to market, registering with everybody, setting up your accounts, which we'll discuss. So sole proprietor is the way to go, and it's free. Versus if you do an LLC, it costs you $400. That was $400 that you could have spent on your clothing, to really get the idea to market. So that's going to be the first step to set up your business structure. Like I said, I recommend a sole proprietor or a partnership. So just look for your Secretary of State website, and you should be able to find that. The next thing you're going to need to look into is a fictitious firm name. That's what a lot of people call it. In other words, it's what's your clothing brand's name. So the way that we're structuring this video is as if you chose the sole proprietor route. And in a sole proprietor, you're the owner. So the fictitious firm name is your brand's name. It's what you want everybody to know you at. For example, if I did a sole proprietor, it would be Jonathan doing business as Revive Brand Co. In the same similar manner, you're going to want to do that. The fictitious firm name is $20. That's very common across multiple states, and pretty much what that means is you're registering the name with the county that you're operating. Keep that in mind. So you're pretty much registering it there, saying that I'm going to be doing business at this address. In order to qualify for the sole proprietor for free license, they'll give you an exemption for a business license if you do it this way. So you don't have to pay the additional state license fee. And so if you set it up with a fictitious firm name, they'll just ask for you to pretty much document where you're going to be operating, and they're going to want a small charge in order for you to be registered with them. And pretty much that allows you to put the brand's name on legal paperwork. So the next step you're going to need to do is file an EIN number. An EIN number pretty much just is a employer identification number. To sum it all up, it's a social security number for your business. You're going to need it so you don't put all your personal information on documents that go out to other businesses. It's free. Beware of the websites that charge you for it, because you could do it yourself. It's as easy as filling out a job application. And if you haven't filled one out before, or if you're not good at them, contact somebody who is. Maybe make them your business partner. Who knows? Once you have that number, you could pretty much start on the sales tax permit. And a lot of people are like, well, what's the sales tax permit? What's a wholesale number? A sales tax permit is pretty much the same thing as a wholesale number. So you can collect taxes off the sales that you make on your shirts, on your bags, whatever it is you're selling. This is an optional step. It's something that I don't recommend everybody do up front, but when you're ready for it, you can pretty much purchase a lot of the items wholesale. So you can buy a lot of bulk items without paying any taxes. And the reason that they allow you to do this is because you're a registered person to collect taxes for your state or your government pretty much. And if you decide to do it, the cost is $15. You will need to have a bank account or a checking account that you're going to want to pretty much write a check to them for, or pay for them electronically. And if you did all the steps before this one, all the paperwork that you had, which was the business license, the sole proprietor, and the EIN number, you're allowed to open up a business account with whatever business you do banking with. And this is a huge step for you to organize your finances, your expenses, and really separate yourself from the business. And now you're ready to pretty much proceed to the next step, which is accepting payments. With inventions such as like Square, PayPal, all kinds of them jumping off. They're all for free. So I personally, for my business, I use Square and PayPal. I use Square to collect a lot of personal sales. So while we're at events, or somebody hits me up, I'm always selling stuff out of the car. On the website, we pretty much have our PayPal into it. It's very convenient, very low fees for you to pretty much start up. And obviously when you do higher volumes, you might consider moving up to a bigger processor. But to start off, I would say a lot of businesses use Square. It's very, very intuitive. You can even create an online site on that. It's one of the best ways to go if you're going to be selling stuff, at schools, at events, whatever it is. So all of that is free. Like I said, you don't have to pay for that. One of the things that I would recommend you guys do is, once you get your name and once you get all your stuff put together, is really budget for a website. You don't necessarily have to buy a website and full out, go to somebody that's going to charge you a couple $1,000 to create a site. Don't waste your time doing that at the moment. Just reserve the name. That's the most important part. So purchase that website, and that website will cost you anywhere between $7 to $10. And now there's Bluehost, there's GoDaddy, HostGator, and all kinds of other hosting sites. I personally use Bluehost, and a lot of the brands that I know use Bluehost. They're very good. They're very intuitive, and if you really want to, get your hands dirty with that WordPress on your website, then they have a lot of videos to show you how to do it. So that will cost you $10, which pretty much leads us to a total of about $45, depending on what other little fees you might get that are different from your state. It should be under $50. And just keep a few things in mind when you're starting up. Spend as little as you can. Always try to budget and save. And so with this in mind, a website can be a high cost. So there's a lot of things available now that allow you to save that money. There's things such as Store Envy or Big Cartel. They allow you to pretty much put up your products, and you could, once you're telling people you made these business cards, you made all kinds of things. Once you're referring people, they can actually see your products online. So these things are free. Take advantage of them. And if you purchase your domain, you can always pretty much create a real looking site, so it's actually your www.yourbrandname.com. It's nothing like storeenvy.com/your name. So I mean, if you do it that way, it looked like a legitimate site. And then you could, they have all the online processing. They got the tools for you. They got the analytics, which are very good actually. I've seen it. It's pretty dope stuff. We got our own site off of WordPress, but yeah, I mean, I really recommend that way. And so once you finally get online and you decide that you're going to start selling products online, one of the best ways to get your products across the country is with the flat rate shipping. The U.S. Postal Service is a very good tool when it comes to this. they're able to pretty much, you can create an account with them, and they'll even send you free boxes. I mean, you could get a bunch of boxes. I've ordered a lot before and just, you know, stack them up and use them whenever we need to. But you know, they want you to use their service, so they're able to give you all these free shipping supplies. Take advantage of that. And their rates are very well, especially for t-shirts. You could ship stuff out for $5 across the United States, and sometimes even 15 to 20, you know, internationally. Social media, you know, you got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Vine, Pinterest, Tumblr. Take advantage of all of them. Put your name on every single one. Once you decide on what your brand is going to be called, go out and get every single one. Go out and put some kind of footprint out there. Put some kind of branding out there, you know, so your graphics, everything's up there, some company information, connect it to your store envy or wherever you're going to be selling your products. Get it all up, because once people start, you know, once you start promoting it, people are going to research it. They're going to look into their phone. They're going to say, oh shit, I talked to this guy the other day. He told me about his clothing line. Let me check it out. You know, so if you can't be found, you don't exist. Always make sure that you can be found, and that's a really great tool to do that. Photography is going to be very important when you're starting your line. It's the difference between somebody seeing your product and somebody just seeing a blank site. So photography is going to be one of your key crucial things when you're online. Just make sure that you know, have a decent camera, have some good lighting, a white backdrop. I may or may not make a video. Ask me if you guys request, you know, to give you guys some tips as far as photography goes. If not, look it up online. You know, there's all kinds of things. Look up the search key terms, photography with a white background, or t-shirt photography with a white background. That'll give you the ability to really learn how to set your camera settings in order for you to shoot some really good product shots. And when it comes to modeling, you know, I mean, if you're in school right now, definitely stay in it. I mean, you know, as far as if you're in high school, finish through with it. The least you could do is finish high school. If you decide to go to college, you know, a lot of people say, well, there's, you know, you can start a business without going to school. Yeah, you can. School, the one thing I would say that really helps you is the ability to network with others. So you could really go out and really, you know, be part of clubs, be part of you know, movements that are going on within your community, and it allows you to really meet these photographers, these graphic designers, and all of these people that would otherwise ignore what you're doing because they have no personal connection to you. So always make sure that you know, when you join these schools, you take advantage of everything they offer. Take a photography class, take a graphic design class, learn the basics of it, or even, you know, get better at it. And if you're going to be starting a clothing line, one of the things that you will need to have is somebody that could do the designs and what you envision, whether it be yourself or whether it be a partner, or whether it be somebody helping you part-time as an intern. Whatever it is, you got to have that person to come out with these designs, and always be creative. Make sure that you're coming out with designs that really attract the market that you're going for, the people that you want to attract, and really be creative with it. If you know, as far as, you know, how to actually design a shirt, I mean, it's really your taste. You know, some people say keep it simple. Some people want to go very off the wall with it. It's really up to you. Really see, you know, what works, adjust it, and make it yours. If there's anything you should take away from this video, is just to keep things simple. I mean, don't complicate things because you're putting barriers in front of you. You know, have fun, go out there, enjoy this journey. I mean, it's one of the hardest, but it's very, if you know, you continue doing it, you'll find it a lot of fun. You'll keep growing. You know, keep things simple, have fun. Hit the subscribe button. Comment down below for any other suggestions on videos I should make, and I'll talk to you guys soon.